The Mexican Dreidel by Linda Elovitz Marshall and Ilan Stavins. Illustrated by Maria Mola. The Mexican Dreidel. The Mexican Dreidel. Fantastico! It was almost Wanaka. Danielito loved lighting the candles and eating Wanaka treats, potato latkes and buñuelos, fried dough with honey. This year, Danielito was old enough to visit his Bobe by himself. It was the Christmas season as well as Wanaka time. In Bobe's neighborhood, piñatas hung from trees. Kids played with Mexican tops called trompos. But Danielito didn't know any of the kids, and he did not have a trompo. "Do you have a trompo, Babe?" he asked. "No, Nino," she thought a moment, "but I have a dreidel." She opened a drawer and took out a wooden dreidel. She showed him the Hebrew letters Nun, Gimel, Hey, and Shin. Danielito didn't know if anyone would let him play trompo with a dreidel. Still, he put it in his pocket and went outside. For a while, he watched the other kids play. When he felt brave enough, he asked, "Can I play too?" The kids nodded. "Gracias," said Danielito, taking out his dreidel. "What's that? ¿Qué es eso?" they asked. "A dreidel," he answered. "It's my Bobe's." He placed it in the ring and gave it a spin. The dreidel spun, it danced, it twirled. Kids tossed their trompos into the ring with the dreidel. Trompos clashed, they knocked against one another until one by one they fell, but the little dreidel kept spinning. It circled the fallen trompos, it touched each one. Each trompo the dreidel touched straightened and once again began spinning. The little wooden dreidel danced. It spun out of the ring. The trompos followed. The toys spun through the park, around the neighborhood, in and out of stores, under push carts filled with food, and across blankets spread with wares. Danielito and the kids chased after their tops. The tops jumped, they crashed, and the kids giggled. The dreidel and the trompos spun faster. Danielito and the kids ran faster, faster, faster. Danielito tried to catch the dreidel. Reaching and stretching, he reached so far he almost lost his balance. But the dreidel kept spinning away. "Oh no, Bobby's dreidel!" Danielito cried. "It'll be gone forever." "Don't worry," Danielito heard someone shout. "We'll get it." And as his new friends reached for it, the little wooden dreidel, with the trompos following it, slowed down. The dreidel danced between the children as they ran. When the dreidel finally stopped, Danielito put it in his pocket. His new friends picked up their trompos. "A mañana," someone called. "Tomorrow, con su dreidel." "With your dreidel." "Sure, cierto," Danielito called back. Then he had an idea. "Come to my Babe's house with me and light the Hanukkah candles." At Babe's house, with his new friends gathered around, Danielito and Babe lit the Hanukkah candles. Babe served Hanukkah treats, buenos, and latkes. The kids poked and prodded and prodded and poked the dreidel-shaped piñata until treats poured out. Then Danielito taught them how to play dreidel. Danielito beamed at his new friends, his nuevos amigos, and the dreidel kept spinning. Author's note: the Jewish holiday of Hanukkah commemorates the successful revolt in 165 BCE of the Jews against King Antiochus, who wanted the Jews to worship the Greek gods. Many Jews obeyed, wanting to be like their Greek neighbors, but not the Maccabees. Assembling a tiny group of warriors, Judah Maccabee and his followers rebelled against the Greeks and won back their freedom to practice their faith. In celebration, the Maccabees reclaimed the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. They wanted to rekindle the temple's lamp. As legend goes, there was only a small amount of oil, enough to burn for just one day. But to everyone's amazement, the small bit of oil lasted a full 8 days, which is why Hanukkah is celebrated for 8 days. Each day, Jews light an additional candle in the Hanukkah menorah, so each day the light grows brighter. The increasing lights on those darkest days of winter offers a symbol of hope. The Jews of Mexico tell another story of hope. In 1492, Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand forced the Jews of Spain to either convert to Christianity or leave Spain. Many Jews fled to Spanish-speaking Mexico or other parts of Latin America. Often they kept their identity hidden even in their new homes. At the beginning of the 20th century, a new wave of Jewish immigrants arrived in Mexico. Some were Yiddish speakers from Poland, Ukraine, Russia, and other parts of Eastern Europe. These Eastern Jews brought the dreidel with them. Other immigrants were Ladino, Judeo Spanish, French, and Arabic speakers from Turkey, Syria, and Lebanon. Today, Mexico's Jewish community numbers around 35,000. During the end of year holiday season, when Christmas and Hanukkah frequently coincide, people celebrate with piñatas, trompos, dreidels, and festive foods such as buñuelos and latkes. Many Jewish children in Mexico, whose ancestors are from Eastern Europe, call their grandmother Babe, a Spanish transliteration of the Yiddish Bubbe. Those who come from Sephardic families call their grandmothers Nona or Abuela, which are words from Ladino.